probably a bad idea to start recording this video right now because I'll might be going out later to film, which, nervous about it, but at the same time, I don't want it to happen, but at the same time, I know that needs to happen because the sooner I get it done, sooner I get it done, the more time I have to edit it and stuff. But the problem is that because I have Director's Notebook and Illustrated Essay, like I think the Illustrated Essay is due on the 10th of February, and the Director's Notebook is due on the 24th. I could be wrong with those dates though. When the film needs to be completely edited by the 30th of March, so say I get the Illustrated Essay and the Director's Notebook done on time, not early or anything, like the day before. We'll say the day before it's due. Yeah, I have over a month to complete anything that I need to do for filming, but and actually there's also the second experimental, which is due earlier. I don't know if the filming for it is due on the 10th or the 24th, or if it's completely edited and complete on the 10th or the 24th. But I'm just going to do this now. This school on Wednesday, the 25th of January 2023. Today was a half day, so I think that not much going on. There was a lot going on. So, in assembly, they were talking about something about men talking about mental health. Made it sound like that they're gonna force all of us into a room with comfy socks and hot chocolate and biscuits and bean bags to talk about what's going on in our lives or something. But I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. And when that, also forgot to mention, I lost my copy of The Handmaid's Tale, either it's in the other school where I do move an image, or it's in a taxi. Because I didn't mention this in yesterday's video because I thought it was irrelevant, and I didn't even know I lost it till today. But usually I read in the taxi, and I'll be reading Handmaid's Tale because I want to get it. I want to get it done, and that's the best time I get to read. So I read going up with the guy that I'm with the most, but then started playing Paramore on the radio. Like, oh, actually, I really want to listen to this, and they rarely play it on the radio, so I'll just stop reading for now and listen to it. But now after that, they started playing Paper Planes by MIA. I was like, I like that song. I haven't heard it in a while. Don't think I've ever heard it play on the radio. So I'll continue to not read and listen to that instead, and by the time that was over, the taxi driver was talking to me about, using driving lessons and all that, and I explained everything. And when I was in Moving Image, I took my book out because I was going to read it at break, but then I didn't read it at break because I had an open tab, like a new tab open on my iPad just before break, and I was looking at the articles. I'll scroll through this and just read all the articles I'm interested in. One of them that I'll read, but I wasn't finished by the time the bell went for break to be over. Then I didn't get the book out at all. And the other taxi, it's a guy that I think I've had before. He kind of looks like the male head of year, and maybe the male head of year might be offended by that comment because maybe I'm just stupid and he looks nothing like the male head of year. But to me, he does kind of look like the male head of year. If his hair was brown instead of black, was more fringy, had tattoos, and a nose piercing. Right, I was thinking, right, I don't want this guy to know that I read. So I'm not going to read it. I don't want him to call me something fruity. So instead of reading, I will just listen to my music because he was playing Cool FM or whatever. And then on the bus, I couldn't be bothered reading. I just decided to listen to music as well. And usually, I would drive on a Wednesday. But on Monday, on Monday when I was driving up the school, me and my mum smelled a petrol smell, and then later the check engine light or whatever came on. So it's currently in a garage getting fixed, so I couldn't drive. Took the bus instead, and I was going to read, but I couldn't find it. For my mum, it wasn't not at the house. Went to the female head of year, told her, so she got in contact with taxi people. Male head of year's getting in contact with the other school. So anyway, after assembly had media, quickly got there because he usually complains when we're not like he wants us to leave assembly early in order to get to his class on time because we were like it didn't I checked the time and it said like 27 past when assembly should have ended at 20 past, but when we got to the class he said, right, we've only got 45 minutes left, so that's what, 25 minutes the assembly went over. I don't know. So I kind of got made fun of for that. And then in the media class, the teacher said two things that were completely fucked up. Well, the first one is fine, but the second one is fucked up. So the first thing was that he called Poseidon a goddess when there might have been a time where in like some Percy Jackson-esque film, show, game, book, whatever, where Poseidon was a woman, but he called Poseidon a woman when I'll say canonically because Greek mythology is fiction. It's canon that Poseidon is a male. So what the fuck are you talking about? And then the second thing was, and I don't even remember why I mentioned this. It was like, women. Did you know that? I think I might have said this before, but which he did. Did you know that New Zealand was the very first country to give women the right to vote? The person that did it was born in Lisburn. And then he started talking about Jacinda Ardern, if that's how you pronounce her name. She was Prime Minister of New Zealand from. I don't know when she started, but she was Prime Minister during the lockdown, and she only left like today, I think. And he said, "Oh, she resigned because she was getting loads of comments because she's a woman." Well, I decided to look up Jacinda Ardern woman because I would expect all like 99% of those apparent comments would come from Twitter. People who don't even live in New Zealand going, she's a woman, therefore she's bad." Well, she was evil, clearly disgusting woman, gone, wicked woman. WEF. Oh, there we go. Brilliant woman. But I'm not. Right, let me scroll down. As far as I know, this isn't in, like, most recent, the first, Yeah, this really isn't. It's going from 6 days to 3 hours to back to 6 days. But I'm not seeing anyone here saying that she's bad because she's a woman. Because I don't know about you, but the reason why I hate Jacinda Ardern is because she's a fucking hypocrite, right? So people praised her during the lockdown because I don't even remember it was that long ago. Like to say that that was long ago, crazy, right? But I remember that I think it was like summer, I'll say 2022. She decided to end the enforcement of getting the vaccine. So you don't have to get the vaccine to do everything that you want to do anymore. And she made a speech saying, "Oh, we need to respect people's decisions." And well, I mean, there was an interview that I think it was one of those ones where it's like a hidden camera thing where she didn't know that it was being recorded, but she openly admitted that she treats the unvaccinated like second class citizens. That's the reason why I hate her. Anyway, after that, after class, I said to Ginger and Dawn, you know, about to mention the Poseidon bit, but Dylan beat me to the punch. And Ginger's like, oh, you only think of him as a man because of God of War. What do you mean? I can't even name you a single piece of media out there that has Poseidon as a woman. I've seen Thor as a woman in the comics and Love and Thunder. I've seen Loki as a woman in the show and the comics. They're not even Greek gods. They're Norse gods. I've never seen Poseidon being represented as a woman. I was like that. Yeah, so I was pissed off at that and the stuff about the about Lucinda. I was like, Dylan, why are you being so aggressive? Shut the fuck up. Who cares? All that. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not. Their sound was being very loud. I wasn't. I was being like my normal volume, which they have never said anything about. They've never said I was being loud when seeing volume, and then as it was then. Sorry, I really don't know why this happens when I make videos. So then Dylan got pissy because everyone went from we normally hang out at the top of the ramp outside of English, but instead everyone was outside music games like, oh, you're a bunch of fucking retards. Why are you out here? What's wrong here? It's different. And then later the driver had said something to Ginger and then pointed at me, and all I heard him say was French toast. And then later, Ginger actually like put his hand on my shoulder, said something, followed by French toast. Like, what? And Dylan said, Dylan, we're not talking about you. And why are you fixated on French toast? Like, you just know that I have bad hearing. I mention it all the time. And, so French toast was the only words I picked up on. And how am I not involved when both people pointed at me? Oh my god, Dylan, you're so different today. You're so natively angry. It's like, I'm one, am I not angry? And two, it's not needless. Yeah, but that'll be it. Well, okay, I forgot. I read Katara and the Pirate Silver. It was good. Art style was very liked it, but it made them seem older. It made Katara seem like she's in her 20s. You know, which doesn't make sense considering it's, you know, takes place before the end of the show. Anyway.